I've been asked recently to talk about how do you make complex decisions? Like, when you're voting for someone, how do you decide? There's so many issues and there's things things you don't know that are going to happen. How do you vote? All I can tell you is that I help leaders all over the world make complex decisions. And the most important way to make an important decision is to know what you value. And not only know what you value, but know in what order you value it. So for me, as I think about leadership, I realize that I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, right? Or beyond. So it's not like I'm really voting knowing the future. What I'm voting on is the way someone thinks through problems. It's like a thought process. Because whatever the problem is that's presented that none of us know yet, you want to know that a leader is going to think through it in a way that brings you peace and ease as you give up control to somebody else to make those decisions. Leadership is a lot about that. It's about how you make decisions. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, now I got to make a decision. I got to make a decision of who I'm voting for. Okay, so there's a lot of complex issues. In this election, there's the economy, immigration, abortion, education, all sorts of complex issues that are coming up. Sometimes people are single issue voters. There's one thing that's like a deal breaker. And if that's you and you know what it is, then you know what you value and you know in what order you value it. It's like the number one issue, okay? For many people, that's not the case. It's complicated. And when it's more complicated, you want to really kind of take a step back, pay attention to what you value, just write it all down, what's really important to you, and then why is it important to you? And once you understand that, you can then ask yourself, am I coming from fear or am I coming from love? Because sometimes the things that are really important to you, you may not be thinking fully clearly because you're afraid of something happening. That's where you're coming from. The best decisions are really made from a place of, not of fear, but of clarity and of groundedness, where you can see all sorts of creative options and then decide what matters most to you. So, are you a single issue voter? Do you have multiple things you care about? If you do, what do you value and in what order do you value it? Good luck.